Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get right into it. Today we're going to be talking about all the different vehicles that are the heaviest and the lightest in each category of different types of vehicles. That includes SUVs, pickup trucks, coupes, and more. So let's get right into it. The first category we're going to be talking about today is SUVs. So what is the lightest and what is the heaviest SUV? Let's talk about that. The number one lightest SUV on the market today would go to the Nissan Kicks. So the Nissan Kicks is actually a subcompact crossover and is actually relatively inexpensive. You'll find quickly in this list that the lightest ones tend to be the least expensive and the heaviest ones tend to be the most expensive. So the Nissan Kicks is powered by a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. It has 122 horsepower and 114 pound-foot of torque. And of course can go 0 to 60 in 9.7 seconds. That's nothing to brag about, but hey, it gets you there. It has a starting MSRP of $20,290. All right, now let's talk about the heaviest SUV on the market today, and that title would go to the Rivian R1S. So the Rivian R1S, as of the recording, just started hitting the roads, and it is an incredible SUV that can do a lot of different things. And what I mean by that is the Rivian can go 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. That is incredible for an SUV that weighs 7,650 pounds, which is incredibly heavy. That is due to its battery pack that sits in the base of the vehicle. To get the Rivian R1S up to 60 miles per hour so quickly, it has to have so much power, and that power comes in the form of 835 horsepower and 908 pound-foot of torque. That is done with that electric drivetrain, which has a motor on each wheel. Of course, all that power comes with a hefty price tag at $72,500 to get you into it. Of course, there are many SUVs much more expensive than that, but this is an awesome all-around and hefty vehicle. So now we get into the heavyweights, and of course that would be pickup trucks. So pickup trucks have always been a hefty vehicle. They are meant for heavy-duty tasks. They're meant for towing. They're made for the payload capacity, but there are some lightweight vehicles on here, and there's some heavy ones, of course. And so let's get right into that. So our number one lightest pickup truck on the market today would be the Ford Maverick. So the Ford Maverick just came out, I think it was about a year and a half ago at this point. We're seeing them on the roads all the time. It is the pickup truck for people that have never had a pickup truck before. So the Maverick rolls in at 5,200 pounds, which for a truck is actually extremely lightweight. In fact, is actually the lightest weight possible. With that lighter weight, you also get a lightweight price tag. It used to be that the Ford Maverick could be purchased for around $20,000. However, over time, it has already raised in price, putting it at a starting price of $22,500, and that would be for the base 2.5 liter engine. Of course, you can always upgrade that. It'll raise the weight a little bit, but you can get up to a 2.0 liter hybrid drivetrain, which makes it all-wheel drive. That base drivetrain has 250 horsepower and 277 pound-foot of torque. Now onto the heaviest pickup truck on the market. You would think that it would be something like the Hummer EV pickup or the Ford F-150 Lightning, which are both electric drivetrains and tend to be the heaviest vehicles on the road. However, this title actually goes to the GMC Sierra 2500, which is one of their heavy-duty pickup trucks. It has 445 horsepower and 910 pound-foot of torque, and it weighs in at 10,750 pounds. Wow, that is an incredibly heavy pickup, and it outdoes a lot of the electric drivetrain trucks. Of course, there is also the other trucks on the market that are also very heavy, but this one just barely edges those out as the heaviest pickup truck on the market today. Before we move on to sedans, how heavy and how lightweight they can be, we want to invite you to make sure to go down into the description and click on the link. We have a full article talking about how much different categories of vehicles weigh in tons. So it's an extremely helpful guide, and we spent hours going through the market and seeing every single vehicle in each category, how much they weigh, and we average them out to give you a good idea of how much they weigh in tons. Now let's move on. All right, sedans. So this is this 4-door sedan. So this is not including any 2-door vehicles, which we will be getting into the next section. So sedans are just the ones that have 4 doors on them, and that is what we're going to talk about here. So of course, the lightest sedan would be the Mitsubishi Mirage. So this was actually one of the cheapest vehicles on the market for an extremely long time and has been sold for quite a while. And it is also the lightest lightest weight sedan. So at just 1.51 tons, the Mitsubishi Mirage in its base form only has 78 horsepower and 74 pound-foot of torque. Of course, it also has a base price of £16,245, making it a relatively good bargain for those looking for a lightweight sedan. But don't expect to be, going around too quickly, as it only has a 0 to 60 of 10.9 seconds, which once you get into that double digits, it starts getting difficult to even pass on the highway. So the heaviest sedan on the market goes to a new entrant. So that title will go to the BMW i7. The i7 is BMW's newest electric sedan, and it is one of their flagship sedans as well. It is an incredible vehicle with an insane electric drivetrain, pushing out 536 horsepower and 549 pound-feet of torque. Of course, you can even get a massive screen in the rear seats that literally just spans the whole rear of the seat, and it is an incredibly comfortable vehicle that just gets up and goes, and it's really, really cool. You should definitely check it out. But of course, don't expect everybody to be able to afford it, as its MSRP starts at almost $120,000. But of course, what you pay for is what you get, because it goes 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Before we continue on with this list, I want to invite you to like this video. That helps us out in the algorithm and helps other people just like you be able to find our channel and be able to learn more about vehicles on the market today. And also don't forget, if you want to, just go ahead and subscribe and you'll get notified of new videos as they come out. All right, we are done with sedans, so let's move on to coupes. So you thought coupes were always lightweight, right? I mean, that's what they're meant for. However, we're gonna find that coupes can actually be quite heavy. So let's start out with the Mazda MX-5 Miata. Of course, it's the Miata. Everybody knows that's a lightweight coupe, and it comes in at 1.37 tons, which is extremely lightweight for any vehicle, and even lightweight for a coupe. So $27,300 MSRP gets you a vehicle that has 181 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. And of course, in its stock form is a rear-wheel drive platform and has a 2.0 liter engine. And it can go 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds. Now we get into the heavyweight coupes. So you thought all coupes were lightweight. Well, you didn't think about the Bentley Mulliner. So the Mulliner is almost twice as heavy as the Mazda MX-5. So the MX-5 is 1.37 tons like we talked about before, and the Mulliner actually sits in at 3 tons. So it's over twice as heavy as this vehicle. Can you imagine having two Miatas fit together and it still wouldn't be as heavy as the Bentley Mulliner? Of course, for the price of a Mulliner, you could buy 8 Mazda Miatas, so I mean there's that, but it can go 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. And of course has their 4.0 liter V8. That makes a healthy 542 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. All right, finally, we're coming into the newest entrants in the market. That would be electric vehicles. Of course, they are all heavy. Right now, electric battery power is still in its infancy, so they are still extremely heavy, and you have to have a lot of batteries to be able to get the range that they have. So let's talk about the lightest and the heaviest electric vehicles on the market today. So the lightest electric vehicle on the market today is actually the Mini Electric Coupe, which starts at $34,225 and weighs in at 3,913 pounds. It has an electric all-wheel drive platform that pushes out 181 horsepower and 199 pound-feet of torque and goes 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds. The final vehicle on this list we actually talked about a little bit earlier. It was not the heaviest pickup truck on the market. It is the heaviest electric vehicle. That is what we're rounding out this list with, and that would be the GMC Hummer EV pickup. At just a measly 10,550 pounds, the GMC Hummer EV is incredibly heavy and incredibly capable. It is an awesome vehicle that also goes 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds. Pushing that much weight up to the 3 seconds is 1,000 horsepower and supposedly 11,500 pound-feet of torque. Of course, I think they do their math a little bit differently than most other people do on the market, so take that one with a grain of salt. It also starts at the hefty price tag of $108,700. So thank you so much for joining us in this video. That was all the heaviest and lightest vehicles in each category. We went through pickup trucks, we went through SUVs, sedans, coupes, and electric vehicles. And I hope you learned something, and I hope you make sure to check out our website, readysetrev.com. Down in the description has an article about all the different tonnage of different vehicles on the market today. We are a data-based website. We love to be able to help people understand fully, based on data, what vehicles are out there, what vehicle might work the best for your situation. So make sure to do that. Also, make sure to subscribe, and we really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you come back.